The July Bakersfield real estate market, the sales, the rentals, we're gonna get into it. Now, you may be wondering, how many people are doing videos like this? One, ever? Ascend, we're doing it all. So we're gonna go over the rentals again, we're gonna go over the sales. We have 6 months of data now since we've been tracking both consistently to see how the markets align. So we're gonna get right into it. Rents haven't changed hardly at all in 6 months. Interesting to know. Average current rents at $22.18, up $3, hardly noticeable at all. The average listed rents, this is a big one. So the month prior was almost $24.50. It is down to almost $2,200 at $22.38 right now. So the listed rents are coming down. Wonder why? Because look at this. Vacancy rates also coming down. So when they were asking the most they've ever asked, the vacancies were higher than they've ever been. When they dropped what they were asking, the vacancy rate dropped to 7.2. That's a massive jump. That's 2.5% difference from the month prior to now. So again, pretty significant jump there. Days vacant for rentals goes up about 2 days, from 31 days to 32. As you can see here, the previous months, the start of the graph, the end of the year, pretty high. And then January, February hits, starts dropping down to that 30. We haven't seen a ton of fluctuation since January, but it's gonna be interesting to see in November, December, January of this year, is that gonna jump up again? That's what we're gonna track. Number of rentals on Zillow. So this is total single family homes for rent in Bakersfield. Highest it's ever been, 1,173 single family homes for rent right now. So that's a lot of options for people looking to rent houses. They have almost 1,200 options out there. Now, these would be different areas and prices and everything, but this is all of Bakersfield. So they have more selection than they've ever had. Eviction rates, this is for Ascend. So we saw a little peak in May, and then as you see, it went up a little bit and then is now coming back down, trending to get to the lowest point you've ever had, less than half of 1% for an eviction rate in Bakersfield. Pretty great. Inquiries stayed super flat. So again, as we expected, the summertime, tons of inquiries. People are looking to move, but that turns into right about 2 applications per inquiry, or per the 13 inquiries. So out of the 13, roughly 2 translate to actually becoming an application. And out of those 2, 39% end up being approved and tenants with Ascend. So out of the 13 people that say, hey, we like this property, 2 end up applying, 40% of those 2, so right around 1 actually gets accepted. So a lot of work for just 1 application out there, especially when you look at almost 1,200 houses in the market right now. Sales, we're gonna get into the sales because sales is a little cuckoo as well. The for sale went up a little bit to 874 total, and the pending stayed pretty flat around that 420 mark right there. Solds did drop down to 372 from the 430. So it's kind of an indication that the market is softening just a little bit. Nothing crazy to be alarmed about, but it is softening a little bit right there. The house prices did jump up surprisingly from what they're asking. So average asking price right now, $523. The average asking price in Bakersfield right now, over $500,000. Insanity. The pending price, however, tells a little bit of a different story, dropped down to $443. So we're still seeing them ask for more and they're still getting less. Got to value those properties correctly. Average price per square foot stays pretty flat, $241 a square foot. Nothing really crazy there. The days on market went up, as you would expect, because they're asking so much, jumped to 41 days. So we're seeing that 5 to 6 week window of properties getting sold. And usually after 2 to 3 weeks, people are dropping prices. So then when they list it, they go like, I want $75 million for this house because we have this outlet that nobody else has. And then a few weeks later, they drop it down to a reasonable price and then they get that offer. So if you want to avoid that, just list at the right price. If you don't know the right price, what do you call? You call us. What's going on here? 6 months of data, you guys. We're halfway through the year. Really interesting numbers. Some things didn't change at all that I thought would, and some things that I thought were super flat have been changing constantly. So pretty cool stats, and we'll see what happens for the month ahead.